amongst all the projects I've got going on, my son has been using my Bobcat. It's I think these were made in '93. I just looked up. It's a 763 Bobcat. It's been a great little machine. Runs awesome. I've got the backhoe attachment over there, which apparently needs a new hose as well. The bucket, but he's been trying to dig out along his foundation, so he came and got it. And if you look around his driveway where it's been sitting, and over there, there's a lot of oil that always leaks, and it's starting to get a little expensive to keep replacing, and plus it's just a stupid waste of fluid. This is the machine. We've done a lot of work to this when we first got it. I think I made this whole thing, and then we bought a new seat pan for it and welded all that in and just used the crap out of it. But what we see is there's a lot of cleanliness over there, and if you look real close, you'll see a hairline crack right there. And I think I've had that since I've owned the machine, because I've never been able to stop this from leaking. I've replaced a couple of hoses, and I've worked on this valve body. I replaced an O-ring in there, and then he just tried to do it, and then he realized there's a crack. And if you look down here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's all the hydraulic fluid. So it's just a total waste, and it's dirty, and it's killing grass and leaving stains, and it's not working so hot. So I was trying to figure out what in the world this is, but apparently that is just the drive pump. It's got 2 Allen bolts, a couple of hoses to it. I've been looking online, YouTubing it all up, trying to figure out how in the world to get that thing out of there, and if I can even do it. And actually the pump itself is only about 250 bucks. You can rebuild them, but clearly that won't be rebuildable because it's cracked. So I'm gonna give this a shot at replacing it. And I thought, you know what, we got a YouTube channel and we do a lot of things, so why not kind of film this and help the next guy out. Step 1 is you got to remove there's a couple of bolts in the cab. They go into those slots right there. I think they're 18 millimeter nuts that go on that. Actually, there they are right there in the little pads. Make sure that you're locking the strut. You got this bar, and this locks that from coming down on top of you. My feeling is that you got to take this hose right here, which comes off of the main tank. I think that feeds it. I'm not 100% sure, but it sure does look like it goes right into the back of that pump. And then you got this guy here, this fitting that comes out, and that's already been off, so I think that'll be easy. And then you just have these 2 Allen bolts on either side, and apparently, well, I got one hose there that's going to cause me trouble. I have to make sure I can move it around. I hope I can move it out of the way. And then their splines are real short, so it's supposed to just slide right out of there. Grab a 19 and an 18 mil, and then that end right there was on this side. So you want to put that on there, pull really hard, and break it off, and have oil going everywhere. But if you're smart like me, at least you have this 5-gallon bucket laying there near you. And I was able to use my finger as a guide and my whole hand to drain the oil towards the bucket, and then realize you're just about full because you can't tilt it that far. And luckily I had that thing next to me too. So I think the interesting thing that I'm seeing here is I do have some metal shavings in there, so this may not be a bad thing that this is getting replaced. All right, the next thing I did here is I used a 1.25 inch wrench, and I got that guy off of that, and then that also breaks that nut free. And once that's broken free, you can remove this guy. That's the O-ring we thought was bad. I got the first bolt out, but the hose is in the way. I ended up using this thing here because I couldn't find a proper Allen wrench, but it's an 8mm, looks like. But that hose right back there is in the way to get that out. So I took an Allen wrench and I cut it off because I can't seem to get the hose thing off in the back. I thought it was 1.25 inches, but I can't seem to figure it out. So I have this Allen wrench trying to get this bolt's already out. Well, you can see it's already coming apart. Look at that. Nice. But this is so hard to get to. Not in the bolt. Look at that. My son's a genius. Oh my God. Oh, this sucks. Where'd I go? Past here. Oh, there we go. But I got it out. There's the crack. Right there. Right there. Yeah, you totally see it. Oh, look, you can see inside of it. Veins. Pump came in the mail. I paid 25 extra bucks to get it here in time. This was the old pump. Was it a Sunstrand A16L306006? I don't know. Yeah, actually, I'm seeing it there. Tight. Bam. So that was like 350 bucks, I want to say. And I paid a little bit more to have it shipped. I've had the machine for quite a while, and I haven't had to do too much work to it. That's not good. I thought I'd tighten that. That's strange. That O-ring should be not on the threads. It should be down in there, and when it comes on and squeezes, it squeezes to a flat area with no threads on it. And then as you tighten this guy down, it should compress that, because that's a V pattern, against the shaft here, where it doesn't have that. So that's how the O-ring can work. Okay. But I'm going to leave it to where this washer actually bottoms out and give some space in there for the O-ring to work. That's where I'm going to put it, right there. So I'm going to turn this in and tighten it. I think they gave you that dead spot too, because it gives you a chance to position this guy. So that's what I'm going to do. There is a red cap that came in there. You're going to make sure you remove that. And then I shove that down in there so I don't get a bunch of crap in that, and leave this plug on, because fishing it through there was not very much fun. I came from the front and just sort of like, I don't know how I did it. This one's a little lighter than the other one. It's still 10 pounds. One arm cantilevered out in a bad position is kind of challenging. See it myself. Is this inside of here has that O-ring. There's the spindle, that's where it's going on. So you got to make sure that O-ring is good and clean, and don't knock it off of there to get it pushed in. So that's what it looks like. What are you doing? Well, I'm gonna see if I can get this in here. I really don't want to do this. Oh boy. Maybe down here like this. It's heavy. I can't do anything. Okay. Oh man. That's what I didn't want to do. I gotta check it because it's probably got full of grease. Okay, try again. Try from this side. I don't know. At least I can lay down in here. Pretty much. Okay, that's actually not so bad. Now I gotta get the teeth lined up. Okay. Oh, there it went. Sweet. Okay. Wow, little blind shot here. I had to call in for backup. 16th of a turn. That is a miserable bolt to get to, man. 16th at a time. There's a new filter. This is a greasy job, dude. Oh, you stayed clean. Yeah, you used the towel. Yeah, I'm smart. Booger. Oh, good luck. That's just gonna make you very mad. We're wrapping it up. So we got the hose on in the back, the big hose. We had to push some of the other stuff out the way and then squeeze that clamp. That was kind of not fun. And then this, as I described earlier, we did the same thing where you leave it a little loose, get this positioned. This hose right here was off of that fitting so that you could turn it on there, right? And then before I tighten that, I got this one started. That way I could fine tune the thing because this is a heavy hose and hard to move. That's tight, that's tight. I know the back's tight. This is on. This I need freaking birds 18. I need another 18 because I don't want to mess that up. I have it here. All right, we got a full tank of fluid, which we'll check again. And he's gonna, hopefully we don't hear any weird noises. Just for fun, we got that new hose on because it was grinding away at the metal down there and put a hole in it. In fact, that other one's not looking like the best condition either. I wonder if I put a piece of rubber in there. 607. It digs well and it's very fast back and forth, like left to right, but it doesn't have very much power left to right. And I've also noticed the controls are not as fluid, like meaning you can only go like one direction or two directions at a time. So when I've run other ones that I've rented, I've never owned one, but they were multi uses, you know, when you did the controls. That's a lot faster. he not hit his house? That is way easier than digging by hand.